Today, I'm going to make a really quick tutorial on where to find music for your podcast. So it's sometimes called a podcast theme or a podcast intro. Either way, we're talking about the same thing, which is some really cool music that you can play at the start of your podcast and maybe even at the end of your podcast. So first things first, can you use any old music? Say, for example, if you want to use a Beyonce song at the start of your podcast, can you do that? Well, physically you can, yeah, there's no problem with it, but you probably are breaching copyright, which isn't really a good idea because you might have the record company at some stage beating down your doors saying, excuse me, we need to get some royalties from you because you have been using that music and you've been breaching copyright. So, what do we do? Well, the thing is that there is a couple of types of music that we can use for our podcast. And the first is called royalty-free music. So what this basically means is that we pay a small fee and then we own that track. So we can basically use that bit of music as many times, as often as we want. And I'm going to show you a website now where you can get some fantastic music. The website is called opuz.com. Now on opuz.com, you can search by genre for the type of music that you want for your podcast. As you can see down here on the left, we've got Americana, there's country, children's, classical, dance, electronic, etc. So what you want to do is you can either search or browse by genre, or you can type in like a track name. Say if you want an acoustic sounding track, you can just type in acoustic. Now, what Opuz does is it provides you with different cuts of the same song. So let's have a look at this one here. Okay, so this is called Tunnel of Sadness. Now, we just have this preview button, so we press play. Probably not the best example, is it really? But that is a preview track, obviously. You can't use that because you've got the lady saying preview over the top of it. So that's not really our thing. Let's go for something a little more upbeat. Preview. Okay, that could be quite cool. Now, the great thing about opuz.com is if we click on more info for this particular track, it takes us to this page. Now, it shows us down here we've got 2 minutes, 32 seconds, stinger, 10 seconds, 15 seconds. What are all these things here? What's this about? Well, these are different cuts of the same song, which is really cool because you don't want to really play a 2.5 minute song at the start of your podcast, do you? You just want to play a little bit of music and then get into it. So if we say this 2.5 minutes here is the full length song, what you have here when you have 10 seconds, it's a 10-second portion of the song that's been specifically cut up to make it sound like it's its own piece of music. Let me give you an example. Let's have a listen to the 10-second version. Perfect. Okay, so it just ends really lovely. Now, if you just want to buy that 10-second cut of that song, it's going to cost you $4.99. But like I said, you can play it over and over and you own it and you can sleep well at night because you're never going to get any debt collectors bashing down your door. Okay, so opuz.com is a fantastic place that you can get your podcast themes or your podcast intro music from. Look, if you'd like any more help with podcasting, I've written a free 70-page report. It's called Podcast Like a Radio DJ, and I talk all about this stuff. And also where to get sound effects, where to get voiceovers, and really make your podcast sound very professional. So if you want to download a copy of my free report, just go to podcastlikearadiodj.com. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to catching up again soon.